I get now of Shabbos, chavrei and yedidim. We have my two youngest friends in Lakewood, Rabbi Engel and Rabbi Blumenfeld. Today we have a varm Chassidish Yid. We have a Vidal. Oh, your first name is?
Moshe.
Reb Moshe and Reb Chanan.
No.
Rabbi Garfinkel Shlita. Where's Rabbi Steinfeld? Rabbi Steinfeld's busy setting up the Shiur Banun, busy setting up for other people. Maybe she helfen sein a lichtige, freiliche, süße Shabbos. We're starting with Siyata D'Shmaya, Parshiyas HaTorah. Parshiyas HaTorah, Truma, Tetzavah, Kisisa, Vayakal, Pekudei. And the Siyata D'Shmaya to learn Chumash, that we learned many times, Zeh Sefer told us Adam. The Torah is our story. So every parsha of the Torah, every pasuk of Chumash is coming to teach us how to live our lives. Zok the pasuk, V'osu li mikdash, v'shachanti b'soichem. The Torah says, V'osu li mikdash, Hashem says, you should make for me a base of mikdash, v'shachanti b'soichem. Zok to all the Mefarshim ask, v'shachanti b'soichem, v'shachanti b'soichoi. Zok the Alshich. The Alshich explains, the Eibishter created the world. The Eibishter is looking for a place. A mokum of Ashros Hashchina. Oh, Rabbi Birnbaum's here with the ganze fire. We're going to learn about Rabbi Birnbaum today. That's what we're going to learn about today.
The ganze fire might become late.
Oh, Zok the Pasuk v'shachanti b'soichem. Zok the Eibishter. V'sava Kodesh Baruch Hu liyas loydira b'tachtoinu. The Eibishter was looking. The Eibishter had a taiva liyas loydira b'tachtoinu. Rishus Rabbi Gold Shlita have a pacha that talk in front of such a Talmud Chacham. V'sava Kodesh Baruch Hu liyas loydira b'tachtoinu. And the Eibishter is looking for a mokum ashrois hashchin. Zok the pasuk v'osu li mikdash v'shachanti b'soichem. Zok the Alshich and the Malbim says v'chein tasu. This is the avoid of a yid, to make the world a mokum of ashrois hashchin. A yid was sitting here together in a shul, and sometimes we forget the shul Siyata Shmaya is making a Chanukas Habayis Motzei Shabbos. What is a shul? A shul is a mokum ashrois hashchin. A person daven Shmoneh Esrei l'fnei Hashem. He's in front of the Eibishter. The Chassidim were Mechadish. The Chassidim said, instead of calling it a Beis HaKnesses, a shtibel. What's meant a shtibel? A home. The idea was that the mokum, the home for Nayid, is a shtib. The shtib, where's the shtib for Nayid? Is in the Eibishter's house. So how, they changed it, that's what they changed it. The Hutner told my father they changed it because the shul became a cold place. And Avodas Hashem became a place where people went. Sham Shalosh writes a lot about it. He writes that the shul became a place, a cold place of serving Hashem. And they wanted, there were tremendous nisyonis hazman, and they wanted to bring a varmkeit. They wanted to bring Yidden should feel at home in a shul. But what is a shul? A mok, the Eibishter's house. And avoided the Chacham Sifka Rebbe writes about this Bach. They call it the Chassidische Bach. A Yid sits down to learn, Zok the Bach. Shenosan alonu es Torah's Torasoi, shenistabek nishmoseinu v'gufeinu, b'ramach evorim v'shasa gidin, sh'aydei zeniya merkova v'heichal l'shchinosei yizborach, shetia ashchina mamash b'kirba. So a Yid is sitting down to learn with a chavrusa. What is he doing? He's shafing a mokum ashros hashchina. He becomes a mokum ashros hashchina. The Ran says the Indian of going to tzaddikim and gedolim. The Gemara says a person should go for a tzaddik for a bracha. Is that tzaddik becomes a merkava l'shchina. And this is the avoid of every yid. Acha sha'alti meis Hashem oisa avakesh. Shifti beveis Hashem kol yimei chaya. Zokim Shans Hirsch, what does it mean? Shifti beveis Hashem. Every yid, avada da yidin that are zoiche, to be mabitze Torah, to learn in Kollel, the greatest Klal Yisrael, the best and the greatest that we have, a yidin that are zoiche to learn. But yidin that's oisik, a yid that's oisik in Panosa, the chavrei, it's a mitzvah, a heta, a person's oisik b'mitzvah. Was a mensch, Zokim Shans Hirsch, shifti beveis Hashem, wherever I am, should be a beis Hashem. When a yid walks around, the yid sitting in his office, if Shans Hirsch writes about it, the yidin that separate the Yiddishkeit. They have a Yiddishkeit in shul, and when they learn, then work is work, business is business, Torah is Torah. A Yid goes to his office. What's the avodah for a Yid? To make this a mokum ashros hashchina, to make it a place where the Eibush is happy to be. What is a Jewish home? Ish v'ish, shchina shruya b'neihem. So a person walks into his house Friday night, and there's a check. He comes with a malach, and the malach is checking. Is this a mokum ashros hashchina? I've heard from Rav Bick, you should be Marach Yom many times. People ask a Rav Shayla. What does it mean? You're asking a Rav Shayla. You're asking, what is the Rotzen of the Eibishter? Was will the Eibishter? He says, sometimes they ask the question. I think to myself, what are you thinking when you ask this question? What do you think? What do you think the Eibishter wants? Could I do this? Could I do that? That means the outlook. The outlook, the avoide von Ayida Rov should be gesund and stark, and Moitze Shabbos should be a tremendous Siyata Shmai and a Kiddush Shem Shemayim. Fakert, what is Moitze Shabbos? The Rov is showing, Shifti Beveis Hashem, this is a mokum for the Eibishter. But what tonight does a person need in order to shaf Hashros Hashchin? Zok the Posik, Kol Asher Yidvenu Liboy Tikhu Es Trumosik. In order for a person to shaf this world, his avodas Hashem should be a mokum Hashros Hashchin. Zok the Posik, Kol Ish Asher Yidvenu Liboy. The same way a person's chiyas, the physical chiyas from a mensch. What's the physical chiyas of a person? The physical chiyas is the leiv. The leiv gives the chiyas. What's the chiyas in avodas Hashem? Oh, look who's here, my good friend Hashem Shabenchu. What's the chiyas of a person's avodas Hashem? That's Yidvenu Liboy. Where is the heart? Rachmana Liba boy. On the day of my chasna, I was in Brooklyn. I was davening at Munkach, and I was one of those chasanim that was shuckling like a leaf. And an old man came over to me and he says, "Yinge Bucherel, the Eibishtat Lieb, Ayid was davening betarz, Rachmana Liba boy." The Eibish is looking, where is the heart for a person? Zok the Svasemes Azor. Listen to this beautiful Svasemes. Zok the Svasemes Azor. Why do you need Yidvenu Liboy? Zok the Svasemes Azor. This world in a Sionis Hazman by Beida Hashem Shabenchu, the Siyat Shmai, Zok the Svasemes Azor. This world the Eibish created, this Taivas Olam Hazeh. There's a passion to Olam Hazeh. As much as we'd like to tell our children, yeah, Olam Hazeh, it's all Alma, the Shikra, it's all nothing. There's a Taiva for Olam Hazeh. How can a person fight the Taivas Olam Hazeh? The Taivas Olam Hazeh is the opposite of Hashros Hashchin. How can a person fight the Taivas Olam Hazeh? Dr. Svasemes Azor. The way a person fights it is a person can't fight it. He has to channel it. He has to channel it to a passion and avodas Hashem. The more a person's avodas Hashem is a chiyastik avodas Hashem. With the chiyas, then a person makes this world a mokam hashros hashchina. With the chiyas from avodas Hashem. Probably the greatest nisoyin today in raising children. The greatest nisoyin that Moshe wrote in his time, that many children didn't stay from. Why? Because the father used to stay home, and the father used to work. The father was Moise Nefesh B'Shmir Shabbos, and the father came home, and the father said, "Seshver tzayin ayid." Today, Baruch Hashem, nobody's coming home and saying, "Seshver tzayin ayid." But today, the children look at the parents. Where's my father's chiyas? Where does he get his chiyas from? Is his chiyas in a Shabbos Kodesh? What's a Shabbos Kodesh? Shabbos Kodesh is a zman where a person connects to Hashem. A Yid comes home, he makes Kiddush. A Yid sings Shalom Aleichem. A Yid has Zmiras Shabbos. A Yid is Mekadosh, Asudas Shabbos. The Yid is Avodas Hashem, a person connecting to Hashem. A person could spend his whole Shabbos. He spends his Shabbos Vashlufen. He spends his Shabbos talking about all the problems of Klal Yisrael. The child doesn't get that feeling, the Kihem Chayenu. The Rishner writes, it's interesting. This is something that the Rishner writes. And there's a Yalkut Meshivas Nefesh, Rabbi Klein from Detroit. You know Rabbi Klein from Detroit wrote a sefer for your nephew. So he brings a Moedik Goin. The Goin says, "Oh, Rabbi Aryeh is here. We haven't seen him in a long time." Zok the Goin Azor. Zok the Goin as an Ikvis of the Mashiach. What is Ikvis of the Mashiach? Ikvis says the Ekev. The Ekev is the heel. The heel is the furthest away from the neshama, from the heart of a person. Zok the Goin in Ikvis of the Mashiach, the heart. On the outside of Yiddishkeit, that's Sroigin, the Lulavim, the Tefillin, the food that a Yid has for Shabbos, the Chitzonius is a lot nicer than it used to be. The Beskarov would see a Yid's Esther today with Chalish. Oh, but the Pneumius take a Gefilim. What Yidden had Memela, my Zayda didn't have to go to droshes to hear speeches about Shabbos Kodesh. My Zayda used to walk around singing Yom Zeh Mechubar the whole week. Shabbos didn't have that big excitement. You didn't have to have a major kumzitz to connect to Shabbos. Yidden were connected to Yiddishkeit be'etzem. In Ikvis of the Mashiach, today we need a tremendous avodah for a person to connect, for a person to have a geschmack, the kihem chayenu v'oirich yameinu. The t'nai for Hashros Hashchina, kol asher yidvenu liboy, for a person to put his heart in his avodah, for a person to try to give over to his children. A person goes to a morning kollel, he comes home Friday night, he tells his children, "I'm so lucky, I got up in the morning to learn with chabura, with chaverim tzazamen, to learn the Eibish's Torah." A person, children, Purim's coming. How does a child go to Purim? How does a child know what Purim is? A child hears a parent saying, "Oh, I'm so excited, Purim's coming. We're going to get mitzvahs, we give mitzvahs, shlach monas, matanos evyonim." A ruach of excitement. Another child grows up, my tati, his place was the barbecue. When he came to the barbecue, he was mamash, that's where he lived. The child sees a father. Where's the chiyas? Where's the chiyus of my father? Is the chiyus in the cholent? The chiyus is in ruchnius. The chiyus is when he meets the Talmud Chacham. He tells his children, Moitze Shabbos, I'm going to meet the Baruch Mordechai Ezrachi, an opportunity. He tells his children this Shabbos, I'm going to go meet a Yid, connect to the Friyad Kedoros, a Masmer, a Talmud Chacham, a Oived Hashem. A person brings a ruach. He brings a ruach of dveikis b'tamidei chachamim, a ruach of dveikis. How does a person talk about his shul? How does he talk about avodas Hashem? Dos is kol asher yidvenu libo. The Eibush owns benching, a tremendous avodah. Gashmias doesn't take effort to be exciting at the big geschmack. The children open up every newspaper, they see this dream vacation, that dream vacation, and Tati sits home with a frown, and he says, all those things, they're all Gashmias. That doesn't work. But the child sees the father's happy. He's excited in his Shabbos. He's excited. He enjoys his Shabbos. Kabbalah Shabbos. What's the avodah by Yidin for Kabbalah Shabbos? To try to daven to Hashem l'chol hapachas. The Yid comes to shul tonight and he says, Rebbeinu Shalom, help me. I should have a tam and a Shabbos, a tam and a mitzvah, a tam and a yom tov. I should feel ani kirvas alakim li toiv. Help my children. They go Baruch Hashem, wonderful yeshivas, wonderful mekaymes atayr. Oh, but to have that gefil, the gefil I once heard from a big Talmud Chacham. He told me, where did his Avos HaTorah come from? Because he had a Rebbe when he was very young. Every time before his Rebbe opened the Gemara, the Rebbe said, Ashreinu ma toiv chalkeinu ma noam goraleinu. I have an opportunity. So this Rebbe gave over with that Ashreinu ma toiv chalkeinu, the Tam and the Zizkeit was a Yidhat. So the Eibush is benching with Ma'aminim and we know in Seichel that Olam Haza is all Avel Avolam. We know it in Seichel. But for a person act as if one of these Torahs of Yisrael Salantra. The Yisrael said, we know how Adam Nifel Kavi Puloisa. A person can be a from a Yid. He can be a Mordechai from a Yid. But without a person, they asked him Yisrael, Adam Nifel Kavi Puloisa. So why is it a person could do mitzvahs, give tzedakah for many years, he doesn't become a good person? As a Yid comes to shul tonight, Friday night, he has a rotzah, he says, Rebbeinu Shalom, please help me, my heart should open up. I should have a geschmack in our mitzvah, geschmack in our shtickle Torah. My children should realize havel avolam amar, that the world is a world of hevel, that the geschmack. Who are the happiest people? The happiest people are b'nei Torah, tamidei chachamim, yidden that have a varmkeit and avodas Hashem. So the Eibush is benching, we should be able to give over to our children. We should be zoicha to realize kol asher yidvenu liboy, to put the hearts, every tefillah's hearts, every mitzvah's hearts. We should be zoicha to a Shabbos of Aliyah, a Shabbos of Simcha, kasheinu b'tzvaysecha, v'sechalkeinu b'tzvaysecha, v'tar libeinu lav l'chabeinu.